Hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. We'll wait for a couple of minutes to let people join in. Hello, Mr. Sama. Okay. Happy monsoon to everyone. It's raining nicely in Mumbai. Good evening, Yash. I can see a lot of familiar people joining in. Good evening to everyone. Good evening. I'm just waiting. Okay, our guest is there online. I'll wait for another minute and we will start with this amazingly incredible session that I am super excited about. So just a couple of more minutes and I'm sure you guys are excited like me, and if you are, then just say excited in the comment, and I think we can make this session more interactive. Just a quick check, guys, if my audio and video is perfect. Just say okay on the comment section, and we can just quickly start with the session. Am I audible to all of you? Is my video clear? Clear. Okay, so okay, just another minute and we will start. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Chat with Flairologist session. Okay, I think we can start now. Welcome, everyone, and good evening once again to all of you for taking out time and joining with us today. Welcome to Chat with Flairologist, and when I say Chat with Flairologist, it is just not a regular casual chat, but here we are really going to recognize the skills, efforts, and the achievements of the bartenders who are working day night and who are conquering all their challenges in their life, and we are really proud of their contribution that they're making through either competitions or achieving something in their life. So this is for you guys, for all the bartenders out there who are making us proud. So welcome everyone and thanks for joining. Before we start, I would like to take an opportunity to thank Sachin Gowda from Flairology Bar School and Events for giving me this opportunity to host this session. And I really feel extremely proud and happy and excited at the same time. When I get a bit nervous, but this is an amazing feeling because yes, every teacher, every coach, every mentor, is really happy to see their students grow. And we have one such student who has made us proud by contributing. We are going to talk about her achievements soon. Just give me a minute. I'm going to add her to this chat now. And by the time she is joining, if you know any aspiring bartender or any existing bartender, your colleagues who would be excited to listen to her story and what Flairology does, I would request you guys to go and notify those people to come and join in this session. So, okay, I can see Himali now. Himali, welcome. Hello, how are you doing?
Hi.
Can you hear me?
I'm doing good. How are you, ma'am? Yes, I can hear you.
I'm excited, I'm happy, and I'm glad that I have this opportunity to, have a chat with you. How are you
Thank
today?
you so much, ma'am. I'm doing good. I'm at shift today actually.
Oh, nice. I, yeah, I can hear some background
Yes.
noise. Yes. But Himali, I am extremely happy that you could make this up, and you had this little time for us to join with us. And let me tell you, any school, feels really proud when they see their students grow, and that reminds me of one quote by a very famous personality. The success of any school can be measured by the contribution the alumni make to our national life, and yes, you did that by
Thank you.
participating in Diageo World Class. And yes, you are doing a lot of things around. We see you on social media, and it makes us really proud. So how are you, Himali? How are you doing?
So firstly, I would like to thank Fluorology. Also, I would like to say this, ma'am, that your school does not only shine because of the students, it's also because of the teachers who have taught us. So I'm very, very much honored to be a part of Fluorology. So we always say this, like even when our team used to be together, once a fluorologist, always a fluorologist. So I'm really happy to be a part of them. Always, whenever they need any kind of help or whenever I am seeking for any sort of help, they've always been there. And I'm also proud that I have been a student over there. So,
Amazing. I love the spirit. And yes, we all are flairologists. So, all flairology students, they are really proud. I know that I speak with so many of them. And we really feel, belong to that community, to the brand. So, thanks once again. So, guys, just, before she actually starts talking about herself, let me just, read little brief about her. For all those who do not know who Himali is. Um, so, Himali, I mean, first of all, yes, we feel really, really proud of you. And yes, I can see some fancy and some good comments coming from your bosses. So, hey guys, thanks for cheering her up. Okay. So, her latest achievement was at Diageo World Class Bartending Competition, and we are extremely proud of that, Himali. Let me tell you this.
thank
And
you.
if I'm not wrong, you started your career in 2018, and you also enrolled with us for standard bartending course, where you were trained, and then after that, you immediately joined the Bombay Canteen.
Yes.
Somewhere we are connected to that. And after that, I mean, under the mentorship of Rahul and Deepak,
Yes.
you are doing some amazing stuff. And now I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Um, and please be very honest. Please be, super excited while you do that. So, if you could tell me your journey as a bartender, and then, as a student, and then becoming a bartender with the Bombay Canteen, if you could just, tell that.
Sure. So, at first, I never thought I would be pursuing hotel management. But under the influence of my friends, I came into this industry. And first, I thought I'd be a chef, looking at them. And they do a lot of platings and designs. I love to draw and paint. So I was like, why not this? So I came into it, and then we went for our industry training. And prior to that, I was working with our F&B teacher. Like she's the head of the department in the college. So I started taking more interest in F&B more than food production. So after my
Okay.
IT, I realized that I don't want to be a chef, and this is where I want to go, and I want to learn more about bar. So I used to work in the banquet during my training. So I used to tell them that put me in the dispense bar or whatever help you need at that place. I'll help. I'll be there. I'll be more than happy to do it. So they used to give me very, very small, small things to do, like, cutting lime wedges and plucking mint and all, like how a basic trainee will do, when they are in a dispense bar. So I used to do that, and then when I got done with my industrial training, I came in contact with Pankaj sir again, and I enrolled for my course just when you have those vacations in between of your second year and your third year. So Then in those 3 months, I completed the course, and then I went back to my college for my third year. And while I was in my third year, and ever since I joined Flairology, so they used to send us for events, so we used to train with them. So it used to be like an insight about what exactly is bartending and how you deal with your guests. And at that point of time, it used to be mostly like, free pour and all. And, your guests are coming and asking you for very, very simple drinks. So we used to do those events, and Sachin sir used to be there mostly at those events. So it was fun. So after that, as soon as I finished my exams with my third year, I joined the Bombay Canteen. And ever since then that was when I started to realize that events is actually also not everything. But when you actually come into a bar, when you come to a good place to work, you realize that there are so many more things that you can do. There are so many other kind of people that you're going to meet, how they're going to prefer their drinks, and how you have to adapt yourself to making these, and your work culture, and how you start your day with your prep. And it is so much, it's intense. It's
Right.
later on when you actually start working practically, you get the gist of it, like, this is what is bartending. And sometimes, people look at it and people are like, oh wow, so cool, you can flare and you can do this. And then we're like, flaring is also an art, and it takes so much of practice. Like, I have seen my seniors in flairology who used to spend like 8 hours practicing over there, and then they used to go for, World Flare Association competitions and all. So I have seen them, and I've, always been inspired by them. So it's a lot of hard work, and I think that's gonna take you everywhere. So that's my journey, like from being a student to a bartender.
I completely agree with what you said, and it is absolutely true. And I think, as a student, you have different feelings. When you are an aspiring bartender, you have a lot of ideas, you have a lot of preconceived notions about this entire profession. But once you get into it, you really get the taste of it. So, on that note, I have another question for you, Himali, because you spoke about skill, art, and craft. So, how much is knowledge, skill, creativity important to you? And how did you know this when you did your standard bartending course? How did it help you to develop these skills?
So when you pursue your course, it basically lays a foundation towards your whole journey, So if that is going to be your strongest part, nothing will move you. Suppose you're building a tower, and if the foundation is not strong, the tower is going to fall. So your foundation has to be strong. Your basics have to be, in place. So Flairology has helped me, in the right direction, so that my basics could be strong, and so that I don't be scared when there are 300 guests in the restaurant at least,
Yes.
so and it's fun, so even when we used to do these events and all, we used to learn. So knowledge, skills, and creativity is so much important for your growth. So every day when you do something new, or you learn something new, or you read something that is different from what you do every day, will always help you to grow, and always be like, one step ahead of what you are. I mean, forget about who is doing what, but focus about what you are doing, So if
Hmm.
I learn something new today, I will be able to implement that somewhere, maybe not the same day, but sometime ahead in my life. And it will always help you to grow. So a lot of times, like we read something, but we forget about it. So
Yes.
sometimes just go back to your basics and have a brush up of that, so that you can
Right.
remember things, and then you can grasp them much better. And then if somebody is asking you something, you're not going to be really blank, but you will at least have the you can at least give them a hint of what you know about that thing. So it's very
Yes.
important to stay updated with the trend, keep reading articles, whatever is flashing. I mean, nowadays Instagram is so I mean, the social media is like giving you all the updates that you need. You don't have to look towards the newspaper, at least not for bartending, I'm very sure. But, there are a lot of things online that's available. Go to websites, and, DIG also has their own website. So, due to Flairology's page, they also keep posting a lot of things. So, it's a learning, when you follow these kind of pages and all, you get to learn. So, ultimately,
Right. Nice. I mean, this was very aptly, put into beautiful words that it really, takes a lot of efforts to catch up with the pace. The industry is moving. So, what was your biggest takeaway from the bartending course that you did with us?
Uh, so there was this incident I'll tell you that had happened once. I was 5 minutes late in the class, and Anu ma'am was our teacher. Okay, so she is
Okay.
very strict. So and just it was a Monday, and Saturday, Sunday we were all sent for events, and we used to come back home late, around 11, 12, like that. And Monday, it was my class, theory class at 10 o'clock, and I was 5 minutes late. I entered the class and I was like, I'm sorry, ma'am. So she was like, you're 5 minutes late. दो event कर लिया बन गए bartender. So she was like, it's like, uh, I mean, it is going to take a lot of time for you to learn. It. She was correct. It's like two events are not going to get you anywhere. You have to have more and more and more and keep doing it. Uh, so that was like one of my key takeaways from that day. Like I still remember that day. Anybody used to come late and then she used to just shout at us. So she was very strict. And the other thing is, Sachin sir has taught us this. So you don't cheat behind the bar ever, like never. So practically, also when you're working, if you're caught drinking any time behind the bar, you are so as also that's wrong. You should not be drunk on your shift. This is what like when we used to go and there used to be a lot of kids around, and then किसी ने just beer का can खोल लिया. Then Sachin sir used to be like totally on fire. This is not how it is supposed to be. This is not discipline. You have to be disciplined. You can't be doing such
Right.
kind of things because you are responsible for uh, the sales of your alcohol, and you are promoting alcohol in a very responsible way. So yes, drink responsibly and also serve responsibly. So this is one of the key takeaways that I have had. Like I've had a lot of fun when in those 3 months, like we were a group of 6, 7 people that time. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. So those two are like my biggest takeaways. I mean, a lot of them, but mostly it's supposed to be like punctuality, discipline, um, in the shortest ways possible. And of course, like you're not going to be a bartender or call yourself one if you are not going to keep going back to your books and your practice. So it's very important.
Mm-hmm. Very, very true. Very true. So, Himali, just a request. I think there's little internet issue at your end. So, try
Okay.
and keep yourself steady so that
Yeah.
we don't miss what you're saying. But yes, whatever you said was absolutely to the point, and it really makes sense what you're saying. And after working, I think you could relate to what you learned in the school, and then applying those techniques. So there might be a lot of things you might have discovered yourself. So I would want you to share one lesson or one tip that you learned at the academy, and that is helping you while you're working today. So what is that one
Okay.
thing that you would like to share?
So we used to learn these small tricks. First is I would like to say Pankaj sir and Sachin sir taught us this AK-47. So it was like we were given 3 pages to learn all the names of the brands and everything. So it's like when
Yes.
somebody asks you, you should be at least able to tell at least three or five, like very quickly, so that you are also on track. So that was like
Yes.
AK-47, like just tuck 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 bullet nikalta hai, like that. That is why it is
Yes.
called as AK-47.
Yes.
And second thing was,
Absolutely.
yeah, rule number 32. He used to always say that you should smile, like no matter what. And then Pankaj sir used to always be like, I have done this throughout. Like for 10 years, I have only been showing my smile to every customer and attracting my guests, and they love my drinks. Absolutely, no matter even if there is any sort of customization or whatever, just do it happily and do it with passion. So I would say that this one tip that will actually keep you very uh, fast enough. Like if you are at a
Hmm.
table and if you're suggesting a guest about what they want to have, and if they say that, oh, I like whiskey, I like vodka, then you should know what's in your bar, and then you should just tell that, yeah,
Yes.
so how may I help you? Do you want this? And then give them like five options, and then they can at least choose, and then they'll know that yes, you know about it, and you're very much confident about what you are selling to them, so that they don't feel that I'm not really sure, I'm skeptical about ordering something like this. So like those are the tips that I would like to give people, that um, it'll become very easy if you know your brands and if you study them. So
Right. So product knowledge is absolutely important, and I completely agree with you. And this is the entire, idea behind designing the structure and the curriculum when it comes to the bartending courses that we provide at Flairology. The idea is to make our students more confident, and AK-47 or rule number 32, these are just fun ways to make your learning process more exciting. And obviously, when you think of AK-47, I mean, for all those people who do not know what AK-47 we are talking about, it's just that the way the AK-47, once you pull the trigger, the way the bullets start coming out of it, that's how the brand name should be coming out of your mouth. And obviously, you need to be very well versed with your menu, and that's the idea. This is how we groom and teach our students. And Himali, thank you so much for highlighting these two important tips that will definitely make a lot of difference to a lot of bartenders who are listening to us. So Himali, coming to your biggest achievement till now, you competed against many established bartenders, so it wasn't an easy thing for you, I'm sure, when you participated in Diageo World Class. So how was that experience? Would you like to share that with us?
yes, it was brainstorming. Uh, it's like you've never done something like this before in your life, so you are a little nervous. So in our scenario, since we had to do things virtually, and there was nothing that happened physically and all, that was the plan. But then due to the circumstances right now, they had to just totally change the plan, and they dropped a bomb on us, like in 10 days you have to create like six cocktails and come up with it, and every cocktail
Yeah.
had like four to five limitations. So in that particular time you have to literally like brainstorm so much, and then come up with a cocktail also, do your trials also. And this time there was no tasting happening as such. So your judges are going to mark you based on your performance, on your creativity, on your knowledge that you would actually be talking about or sharing with them regarding your drinks. So it was little tough for us, like it not just me but for everybody who competed in world class this year. It was like a different experience altogether. So uh, it's like learning. You get to learn a lot of things because you are always under that research and development phase, wherein you're just searching about something, you're reading about it, and then you're trying to see whether that fits into the limitation of making your cocktail or not. And then that's how you narrow down the whole process and you come to a conclusion, okay, this is what I want. So it was quite tough. I never thought that I would first participate. I just wanted to give it a try to just know what happens at world class. But then it turned out to be really good. It's like it's a lot of hard work also. Since it was my first time, I was actually looking at people, when they started posting about their drinks and everything. And I used to look at those things and I'm like, they are using such good techniques and all, like the Indian bar scene is changing,
Yes.
in a very good manner that we get to see right now. In terms of methods, the way you make your drinks, and now things are like replacing egg whites and all. So it's really fun to see them do it, and then you sometimes get a hang of the trend and the knowledge. So it's like you're not just doing what you are doing, but you're also getting knowledge from other people, what they are doing by seeing what they are doing, or what's happening in the rest of the country, or in different parts of the world. So
Right.
you get to see them and you get to learn from them. So it was not about not literally about winning or something. Obviously, you participate because you want to win. That's like an agenda for everybody who participates in world class. So
Right.
after after a point of time, of course, I felt bad that I couldn't get till there, but then it was good. Like when I had to have the flashback of what I did until I came to the top 12, it was amazing. Like I never had given a live performance, like even virtually before ever. So that was my first ever platform to actually go live over something like for a virtual performance also. And that time it was like Youngdup sir and Shaddi ma'am, they all were judging us. So you were really nervous. So
I
I
can
was just
understand.
thinking, yeah. So I was very nervous at the beginning, but later I just pulled it off. Like they were very, very happy. They all were surprised. So it was like, I don't want to stop there anymore. I want to keep continuing. So even if further a lot of opportunities that would come to my way, I would accept them with open arms. And the Azure World Class is like it's like giving me that kickstart right now to learning and creating and everything that is simple. Also, when you do it is so good. You don't have to have anything so much fancy in your cocktails that make it look nice, or you can have them, no doubt. But you
Hmm.
know what I have so far learned, like Kushnaz was mentoring me during world class, Deepak sir was there, Rahul sir was there. So I've learned this one thing, that simplicity is nobility. So the more you keep it simple, the more it is going to be attractive, you know the more it's going to be flavorful. And you should, like, keep researching about new things. So when we were also there, so we had the opportunity to view what other people were, I mean the other contestants were
Hmm.
doing. So it was fun. Like I saw people using mulberry leaves and all in their cocktails. So it's something that I have never thought of. It was something out of the
Hmm.
box. So it it you have to like broaden your perspective about how you think about things, about how you make cocktails, and that only comes when it comes with practice, but it also comes with knowing about what's happening around you, um, and reading about things. So when I came in world class, I honestly felt that um, I am lacking those. You really feel that
Yeah.
oh my God, why did I not do this when I had time? It would
Right.
have helped me at this point of time. So this is why I always feel that doing something new, or learning or reading something new at that particular day, would always help you.
Amazing. I mean, that was a really great journey. I mean, step by step, you were actually discovering yourself and the entire process of, being from a good to great bartender, I must say. So on that note,
Great, yes.
I mean, yeah, you are taking that step. See, it's always, I feel that, when you know yourself, when you're discovering yourself, you actually, you are on the process, you are on the journey to become someone, who is great. Maybe not in that year, or maybe next year, you are becoming the best version of yourself, every time you keep on trying. And that's what I think you are also doing. So you know what, if you could share your reason why you selected Flairology Bar School and how it changed your life, because that is something that we would love to know, because yes, we are doing our job. We have the best bar, academy, and the setup, and the curriculum. That's what we know. But then, does it really, help our student and how they are growing? It is equally important for us to know. So, what was that one reason that you selected Flairology Bar School, and how it really changed your life?
So I was in college in my second year, and these farewell and everything happens. So during farewell, your students have to go perform in cultural activities. So
Right.
my seniors went to perform flair and everything. So I saw them and I was intrigued, like how are they doing this? They in school, in college, fire flare and everything they used to do. So I asked them, where did you learn this from? So they told me like. We've been to फ्लेरोलॉजी and we did a course from there for bartending. और हम लोग को सैटरडे संडे छुट्टी मिलता है, तो हम लोग जाते हैं, हम लोग इवेंट्स करते हैं, we make drinks over there and all. So that kind of excited me. So while I was doing a research project, I had reached out to Pankaj sir that time, and I even spoke to you at that time. Like I got to
Yes, I
know you
remember
through
that.
that. So there I went there for the first time, and then I saw Shubham sir and everyone flaring and practicing. Shubham sir used to look very different that time. Okay, so
I think he's there in the in this
he's
live
there, he's
session.
there. Yeah. So I first met him, and I said that I'm here to meet Pankaj sir. Then I went in and I got all the information I wanted for my research, and then I told him I quite like this space. I saw Bhagyashri ma'am for the first time over there, and he told me that she's a bartender, and she teaches here. So I was surprised, because that was something completely new to me, and I did not know what all this is. So I was like kind of inspired to be at that place. So I told him that, when I finish my training, I will come back here. Okay. So then I did my research and all after my industrial training. I, of course, even did check out a lot of other academies and all, but I did not find the environment that interesting. So that brought me back here. And then I just called him up one day and I said, "Hi, sir, I want to enroll for the course. Tell me, how do I do it?" Then he's like, "Yes, please come to the academy, meet Shubham, and just fill up the form over there." So I did the same thing. Like I came there, I filled up the form, and then in another 4 5 days, I joined the academy over there. So it was then later on that I started to know who exactly Pankaj sir, Sachin sir are, and then I started to see that they have this Guinness World Record and all that they flare so well,
Yes.
and then I got to know stories about them through my seniors who I used to see flaring. They used to be like, इसमें बहुत मेहनत जाता है, इतना हाथ को लगता है and all. Okay, so I also tried flaring at first, and that was not my cup of tea after some time. Uh, yeah,
I
then
think we both are
then
sailing in the same boat. Even till date, I am not, someone who can flare very elegantly. Yeah.
not at all.
Sorry
So
to
I
interrupt. Go
did like
ahead.
a little bit. No, that's fine. So did a little bit of work flare here and there, and later on, then after my college started, and I couldn't go back much to the academy. However, I used to go to just go on trainings and all. So I think the thing that really attracted me was that these two guys have taken the Guinness World Record. That means there has been a lot of effort that has been put behind it, because it doesn't come so
Absolutely.
easily. It comes with a lot of precision, it comes with a lot of practice. And then I started to know that they've put in a lot of hard work for many years. And that's
Yes.
how even flairology had come up. So it was very fascinating, and it's always you look at them as your idols, you want to be like them someday in your life, and you want to achieve the same things like they are achieving, and you want to learn from them because they are the best to learn from. That goes
Yes.
without saying. So I'm sure then I had that feeling in me that whoever is even teaching over there has learned from them, and they are the best to
Hmm.
be, learning with. Then when I started off, I met Anu ma'am, and then Anu ma'am used to tell me that. Then she used to show me photos and all कि हम सूला के ट्रिप पे गए थे, ये तभी की फोटो है, मतलब some uh, probably in 2008 or 2007 and all. So she used to keep sharing her stories with me that I came into bartending like this, and she also inspired me a lot, and we are still in touch. So she's very happy whenever I share any kind of my happiness with her. So she feels very proud that I have been her student, and I'm very, very much honored to say that she has been my teacher so far. So I think that place is the best to learn, to start off with. At, that's like the first stage of your career where you begin. So your beginning is very important. So this is what I
True.
realized, and you can always look back to them no matter what happens in your life.
Yes.
So it's like, yeah, it's the best place to learn.
So one thing that I really like about Flairology is we never stop, or the entire team is always there for students. The hand holding that happens with every student, because we really care, what you are doing with your career, and your growth is our growth. If you guys are not doing anything up to the mark, it is directly going to, some or the other way, it is going to affect us. So it's equally important for us that, you guys keep constantly shining in the areas that you are currently working at. So Himali, you spoke so much about your journey from being someone who was completely unaware of what bartending is all about. uh, you not able to, your fear for, flaring, and then the Diageo World Class, your current job at Bombay Canteen. So do you remember your first ever cocktail that you made or tasted? If you could share that with us.
Yes. So the very first time I thought of getting into a competition was Beluga
Okay.
Signature 2020. So that time I was very new to all of this, so I used to take help from my seniors in knowing what it is, and somebody who has participated before in it. So just prior to that year, Sanchayan had won the competition, so I
Mm-hmm.
reached out to him to ask him that, kya hota hai, rules and regulations and all. I was completely unaware of it. So all of these people used to guide me, ki, you have to make a cocktail. First, it will be like an entry level, and then if your cocktail gets selected, then you will go to the next round. So that was the first time I made my first cocktail. So it was inspired by some place that I worked for. Like where I used to work in a pre-opening team with Bombay Sweet Shop, which falls under our Hungering family itself.
Right.
So over there, it is like an exclusive mithai shop, So you get to have the taste of various Indian sweets in an unimagined way. So inspired by that, I made a cocktail with Beluga signature. So
Okay.
just imagine when you think of a barfi or
Mm-hmm.
like a roll or something with a kaju roll or something. So in most of your Indian sweets, it's always decorated with varak on top, which
Yes.
can be silver, gold, anything. So Beluga was something like you have to know your brand first about what they expect also from you for the competition. So it was all about luxury. It's a very luxurious brand, vodka brand,
Yes.
and I made a martini style cocktail. Using ingredients that I used in mithai, and the
Mm-hmm.
exclusive ingredients that you find in Indian mithais are like saffron, cardamom, and of course the
Yes.
work on top. So I
True.
made a martini style cocktail, and I garnished it with, edible gold, which was like the pistas were rolled with the gold, and I
Okay.
somehow managed to put it in the pick knot so that I could actually get it right because they are brittle and it was very hard. So
Right.
it was like a saffron and cardamom vermouth that we did, and I had done a
Wow.
walnut, pistachio, and almond bitters, all homemade, and simply straight beluga, and just a martini style cocktail, which was having this story, which I took an inspiration from. Highlight this one thing also, that Indian sweets are very much luxurious than what we think, and the way the place has put these sweets into you know uh, into the market, like uh, this is something that you should eat. We always prefer eating chocolates which are not, Indian, or it's something always that you
Yes.
want to go for bonbons and everything, which is not Indian, which is like more like French, Italian. So why not
Yeah.
Indian? So inspired by that, that was my first ever cocktail that I had made.
And it sounds really interesting. I must drop in at your outlet. If you still
Yeah,
have those
sure.
ingredients, I would love to taste that. That is really interesting. I mean, I wouldn't imagine something, a vermouth with, all those ingredients. Amazing. That is really crazy. So, I can see one interesting question for you. Uh, can you please give an honest answer about the challenges you have faced or one has to face one has to face being a female in this male dominated industry? So this question is by IDK May Be Waffles. Okay. So Hemali, you want to give answer to this? This is a very common question. Any female in this industry would get. Please go ahead.
I'm sure. I'm not. I'm going to be very honest. Uh, so many, or rather, every female faces it in this industry, be it bartending or especially in the hotel management sector, because hotel management is just looked down upon.
Mm-hmm.
When I even started with my HM course, people used to be like, "Tu halwai banegi kya?" So they
Yeah.
don't want to, bring up that uh, kind of, respect for people who pursue hotel management in India. Whereas
Hmm.
if you go to see, they are the same kind of people who will go abroad, travel to US and all, and have themselves seated in a very nice fancy restaurant, clicking pictures with all the nice food and all, and
Yeah.
they will appreciate that. But they will not appreciate their own colleagues who are actually pursuing this course. So I really feel sad about it. But I think that is soon going to change. I mean, it's going to change very fast. And for me, the obstacles I have faced is a lot of society issues, wherein they don't want to accept a female being a bartender.
Mm-hmm.
It is always, like a taboo that she's serving alcohol, or she's drinking, or that's not her job. There are 10,000 people will come to say that to you until you die. So just get used to it and just ignore them. So many people will come to you and be like, what is the need of you being, you know, you doing this job? You should have pursued engineering, or you should have done something different.
Mm-hmm.
So please don't listen to them, and please don't get disheartened. It is just a matter of time. People will come, people will speak, and people will go.
Right.
It's none of their business. It's your business. You choose what you want to do. That's it.
I really appreciate that you answered this so well. And yes, I think most females working in our industry, either side by side or with other brands or outlets, we do get this question. In fact, I am been asked several times by journalists that how do you feel to be in the male dominated industry? I mean, we are bartenders, okay? After all, this is a very basic thing that I would want to address. By the way, that person who asked, her name was Alpa. And Alpa, thanks
Okay.
for asking this question because it is very important, and we want more females. And let me tell you, all the people who are listening to us and who will be watching this even in future when I'll be saving this video, um, gender doesn't come in between our work. We are bartenders first. So we exactly learn everything what boys do. We attend the same bartending school, we read the same books, we make same cocktails, and we have same colleagues around us. So it's not about the gender, it's all about accepting that even a girl or a female or even transgenders, we are human beings. We know what to do when it comes to making a cocktail or taking a beverage order and serving it in a right way. So Himali, I really appreciate what you answered was bang on. And Alpa, thanks for asking this question. Okay, so she has said, okay, so you are talking about how society will treat you, but I'm asking about your own industry people as it's a male dominated industry. So, Himali, let me answer this with your
Okay,
permission. So,
sure.
Alpa, we have more than 200 females who are part of beverage industry, and I really feel very proud about this, and we are still discovering. So there's a group which is run by Feruzan. She is also one of our alumni.
Plerologist.
Yes, she's a plerologist too. And let me tell you, there are so many females who are there. And if you just Google for Indian female bartenders, and you will find more than 10 names, already. So I think that scenes are changing now. I mean, it's not male dominated industry. Even there are a lot of female bartenders who are there, and they are doing amazing job. Like, we have Himali today. We are going to invite more female bartenders on this chat with plerologists, and you'll be happy to see that, it's not only the society, it's just, everyone has to accept that we are bartenders like any other male bartender. So thank you for asking this question. Um, okay, so I have, okay, we can take one more question. What motivated you to be in this industry, Hemali?
Uh, to be in this industry, it wasn't really something, it was not my plan, honestly. But I just thought the way I thought of before entering World Class, like, let's try. So I just got into it thinking that I would want to do something different apart from what we have been studying until the 12th standard, doing the same mathematics and the science and all. I think I was something, I was trying to get rid of them first. So I thought, I don't want to do that because first I wanted to pursue architecture. I cleared the entrance exam for architecture, and then I suddenly switched my mind. Ki, nahi, I don't think I want to do this. I want to do something different. So I chose hotel management. So I did my hospitality studies, um, and that's how nothing was like that sort of a motivation to be in the industry at that point of time. I never knew about anything. Like what I knew was how to make roti at home, to be very honest, and uske alawa chai. And there was nothing else that I would ever know. It all started. I just took it the way it came to me. I just got into it first. So just to see that, let's see if this works for me. So that's how I just got into the industry.
I think that was very courageous of you to enter into hospitality industry, and I think you made a right choice by not, taking architecture as your profession, but becoming a successful bartender who you are right now. And I'm sure you're going to make more, progress in your journey. So, do you have any tips for our students, or anything that you would want, to let people know who will be part of, flerology in future?
Uh, Tips is not not really that, but it's just like stay focused. Uh, Try to do or just go beyond what you do every day. That will help you a lot. The results are not going to be fast. They will not be just apt or at just that moment, the time you expect them to be. Sometimes things don't happen in your favor, but
Right.
don't don't lose that you don't want to do it anymore, or you feel like you wish you could have done something better. So whatever you are doing, do it with your heart. When you make a drink, put a lot of love in it. It will never go, it will never taste bad. So it's the same thing that chefs do, right? I mean, if they
Right.
have to have a very good dish on a guest's table, if they want to present their food well, if they do not put in their own love into making that, because when you do that, it's like you're putting your 100% in making it.
True.
So that's what's gonna get you your correct results. So it's the same way about your own journey. Like how you said, you may not be successful this year, you will be in the next year, or after that. So I think it's the same with everyone. So uh, you have to just keep going on. Like, don't stop, be unstoppable. So that's what's one of the tips that I would like to give you guys. And also, know your roots, stick to your roots. It's very important. It's very important to be thankful to all the people who are around you, who have helped you grow, who have always been your strength of pillars in everything that you do. For me, it's like I have a couple of people I look upon to, or whenever whatever happens to me, so they are going to be the first ones to know, and they're going to be the first ones I take advice from. So uh, it's the same. So, when you want to learn, you will always look back to them. So, phlenology is something I am always going to look back to, no matter where I go in my life. Uh, so, so this is one of the tips that uh, you should follow. And of course, your basics, your studies, your knowledge, everything keeps improving with time. Nothing comes really quick. So just keep doing what you are doing every day, and maybe you will get better at it one day.
That was really inspiring and motivating. At this age, you could figure out this, so many good things that you shared today. And I'm really happy that, we had this chat. Just before we end this session, we can take a couple of more questions. So, how was Shubham 242 is asking you, how was your first job experience? I think this is your first job, right? So,
Yes.
how is it going?
Uh, it has been great. Okay. So even the lockdown cannot stop me. So it's like when in 2020 the first lockdown also happened, I had not like completed a lot of time, with my job and all. But even in lockdown, I used to be like, it's not the time to sit. It's like you have so much time finally to read, or finally to do something. Uh, Drinking was one of them when you are at home, but uh, so so it's like I used to attend a lot of, since I'm very much even interested in wines, so I used to attend these sessions that were put up by Gagan sir, and so it was informative. It's like कहीं ना कहीं से information आ रहा है. So uh, that is something that I would like to highlight, that just keep working. It's my first job. I do not have any other experience as such, working somewhere else, whatever it may be. But I'm at the same place. I come here every day. But what is it that I am doing differently so that it helps me as well as the people around me in some or the other way? So, yeah, that's something.
Amazing. And I think you're at the right place, and I mean, you're surrounded with the right kind of people. I know most of them. So I really feel proud, and I really, I mean, when I'm seeing you growing in this way, and after this chat, it is so much inspiring, and I feel extremely motivated after talking to you. So, Himali, I would like to thank you so much for being with us and answering all those questions and inspiring so many people who have joined us today. So, is there anything else that you would like to, give as a message to our students who are currently, pursuing bartending, and then we can, close with this chat.
Uh, there was this one thing that I personally follow. Um, it's not about choosing your job to do, or it's not about your profession. It's about what you like to do. Okay. So if you like it, just do it. And also choose your mentors wisely. I chose mine. Okay. And it has helped me in a lot of ways that I cannot even, you know, think of, you know, like y'all are asking me about how is it how is your experience at your first job place? This is my first job place, and I'm telling you, it's incredible. Uh, Everyone over here comes with a lot of energy to work, so that that one thing that we want to achieve is the guest experience. So that is the end. So if your guests are happy, you will ultimately be happy. So just have this in your minds before you start working, and always choose your mentors correctly. Uh, so
True.
Clarology was my like uh, my foundation for everything. That is how I started, and that is the place where I learned a lot of things in the smallest to the smallest ways. Like even when
There was little lag. Okay, go ahead.
So when I had the free time, they used to tell me that you are good at researches, right? So why don't you come up with some sort of ingredients that can mix and match? And they were working on a menu that time for some bar which was coming up in Pune. So I helped them in that. So it was not just about me helping them; it was about me also gaining some information by doing that task that was given to me. So I think it was fun when I was there. I really miss coming back over there. I haven't come back to Florology Pune. So I so I think I had a great time when I was in Florology, and that vibe was very different. Learning, because learning can be so much fun. This
Yes,
profession is so much
indeed,
fun. So yeah, I
indeed.
completely liked being there.
So thank you so much, Himali, for being there with us and sharing your journey, your success, your failure stories, as well as how you overcame, all those challenges that you had in your career. So thank you once again for joining with us on the chat with Flairologist, and to all our viewers, stay tuned with us, because every week we are planning to bring in one story for you, one success story, one Flairologist who is going to inspire you, motivate you, and help you grow in your profession too. Thank you once again, guys. See you. Bye bye. Take care. Stay home. Stay safe. Bye bye.
Thank you, ma'am.